first semifinal matchup at the Triple Crown Fireworks and Sparkler in Colorado.
And Bridget Castro, she wants to be a physical therapist and a coach, and she actually has signed with the University of Utah.
Bridget nubs one to the right side, and it'll put runners on the corner. So Bridget fights one through just past the first baseman, Paige McDuffie.
Yeah, I would have liked to see Paige McDuffie lay out for that ball. If she could possibly knock that down, you know, that could still be an out at first base.
We've got a corners scenario now for 2 quick outs on a strikeout and a bunt throw out. The Miners Gold now set it up with a couple of runners.
And this is probably the worst defensive situation for teams. It's very difficult to defend, especially when you're in a close ball game. It's like you don't really want to give up the base at second, but you don't want to just give it to them. You know, you've got to somehow defend it. So
it's that first and third play. You know, it's one of those plays that you practice day in and day out, time after time, and you probably rarely actually do the play during the game, but we'll see if they make that throw down. And
Casey Mattos swings, knocks it to shortstop, bobbled just a bit, but handled successfully and thrown across for the third out by Demi Turner. So 3 away, a couple runners on, but the Texas Impact Gold keep the 0 on the board, and they'll have their first chance with the bats. Bottom of the first coming up on CBS Sports Network and the Triple Crown Fireworks Power Pool semifinals. One half of an inning in the books, and the Miners Gold no score in that top of the first. 0-0 as the Texas Impact Gold takes the bats in the bottom of the first inning. And the batting order for Texas Impact Gold to play this semifinal game, at least to start it off, will look like this. Andrea Hawkins will be our first batter we'll see. Playing center field, Demi Turner just made that shortstop putout. Reagan Bunker, the catcher, will hit third. Mackenzie Kerpeck, who hit that walk-off home run we've mentioned before, hitting the 4-hole. Aaron Shireman, followed by Ali Piro, Tori Vidalis, Sierra McConnell, and Paige McDuffie for Texas Impact Gold. And the defense for Miners Gold, out in the outfield, Courtney Lovelace, Mackenzie Long, and Raylene Palin will patrol the grass. It's Fitzgerald, Castro, Galarza, and Matico around the infield. Romero throwing to Duran as the battery in this semifinal matchup. And we're ready for the bottom of the first inning with Texas Impact Gold, their chance to get on top. It'd be nice to get a lead in this game. Typically, the teams who make it to this level of the tournament, Monica, they've got some pitching. So runs often at a premium in this kind of a matchup, and it's always great to score that first one just to feel a little more confident in yourselves.
Yeah, always trying to put the pressure on offensively. And for Erica Romero, you know, pitcher here leading off for the Texas Impact. Sorry, I messed that up.
No,
yeah, she's the Miners Gold, taking care of it.
But Erica Romero from the Miners Gold here, one of the great things about this Colorado tournament is that, you know, people are here to get that college look, and here she is. She's an unsigned player, and hopefully having a pretty good tournament for this team to be making it this far. And hopefully she'll get some good looks this weekend and find a place to go.
Well, and then you have the opposite with Andrea Hawkins, who's up to bat and is signed to go to the University of Alabama, who just won the College World Series. And so you've got two sides. You know, you've got somebody who's still looking, or is going to Ohio State and pitching, and then you've got a national champion here ready to go. And I remember when I was playing, I walked into a team that had already won a national championship. Mm-hmm. And there's, you know, I remember when I got to UCLA, I was just in awe. It took me a while to kind of settle in, because I was like, do I really belong here? Am I really here? Is this really happening to me? And you had the opposite experience where you went in and you built a program.
Yeah, I went to, you know, clear across the country, and I said, hey, you know, I want to go to a program where I can start this program. Let's build softball up here, and let's make this University of Tennessee a top contender in the country. Umpire
indicates a 3-1 count on this pitch. The ball blooped to shortstop and taken there for the out. Bridget Castro gloves it, 1 away.
And they say about Tennessee, they say that the complex that they built is called the house that Monica built. How do you feel about that? That's pretty cool.
Well, you know, kind of like hard to believe. Again, like how you're saying, you go into UCLA, and obviously they have a very strong tradition there. But hopefully I built some traditions there, and they'll continue to grow in that program.
And I think Turner lays it down, and Demi will put it foul. She'll come back to the batter's box with 1 away. Demi Turner, our batter.
I like to see how that she's just trying to make something happen, get the ball down, force the Miners Gold to make some plays.
when you talk about tradition, I think this tournament is the epitome of tradition. I think it's something that every team just knows, okay, we're going to Colorado this year. We're going to Colorado. And families make a vacation out of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's more than just a softball tournament. It's a vacation. It's a place that you have fond memories of when you grow older, and you can look back and talk about it.
A softballcation.
That's right.
There you go.
Triple Crown Sports puts together the fireworks and sparkler tournaments that go on, and also the junior sparkler taking place in the northern Colorado area. We're in Aurora, Colorado today. Talked about that earlier. 800 teams have converged on Colorado for this big week-long festival of softball. Here's a put out 5-3, and it'll be Demi Turner retired on the infield ground ball.
That was a great play by the third baseman. She really came over and cut that little short hopper off from the shortstop, because if it would have gone to the shortstop, I think she would have been safe. So it's really important that the third baseman can be mobile both to the left and to cover the line.
Quickly 2 away. Each team looking to get out of this first inning with no runs scored against them, settle into the slugfest, and the punching match here as we'll get into this game. Both teams set up with the defense and the pitching to make things happen. Reagan Bunker, who catches for Texas Impact Gold, has her turn at bat out of Bryan, Texas, and has committed to Texas A&M with a verbal. That staying home thing can be pretty cool. It's you've been around a program, especially one like A&M, that across all sports has such tradition, and to be able to grab the flag of your local school is a pretty neat opportunity. Congratulations to Reagan on her future possibilities.
She's now going to be playing in the SEC, so Texas A&M, they're making the jump this year.
SEC, obviously now the dominant fast-pitch conference, fresh off. It's the tide has turned, right?
The tide has turned.
Hey,
so
now let's not get into a fight up here.
All right, easy.
We do
Pac-12,
have
baby, Pac-12.
we have the Pac-12 and the SEC battle represented here, and there's a shot to the gap in right center. That will clear the fence, and we have a home run on the board and a run up for Texas Impact Gold off the bat of Reagan Bunker.
And what a shot. I mean, she just went opposite field with this and got all of it. You can see that she threw outside, and she just went with it. She got all of it. That was nice contact.
Erica Romero put that pitch to the outside part of the plate, and Reagan Bunker with good arm extension and went with where the power of the pitch was. As a pitcher, Monica, when you see the pitch go in and you see a player extend and react to the pitch appropriately like that, you probably know before contact, don't you?
Well, absolutely. Usually when you're throwing right out of your hand, you're looking at it. And Romero, she made a great pitch early in the count to her on that outside corner. That one just kind of looked like it didn't quite get out enough, and was able to make a good contact on that. So you know that you can make a better pitch after that.
Well, and I think she learned from her mistake, because this pitch that she just threw before was a screwball inside, and you got your number 4 hitter up right now, who hit the home run to get here, and you're not going to let her get her hands extended. You're going to do everything you can to jam her, and you can see they're keeping that ball on the inside. They might throw some off speed to get her timing off.
First 2 pitches did come inside, a 1-1 count now with 2 down in the bottom of the first. This is a saw-off and
little
a bouncer. Foul ball is the call.
And you can see that's their plan. They're sticking with keeping her jammed. This is Mackenzie Kirpeck. She's going to the University of Texas. So here, one of the things about this is you're seeing a lot of the girls right now that are going to be on TV in a couple years. And that's what's so exciting, is you can watch them grow over the years from a summer ball team to a possible national championship team.
That pitch gets up, and it will force a 2-2 count with 2 down. So Deuces on the board in the bottom of the first, and that 1 home run on the board for Texas Impact Gold, striking first in this semifinal matchup.
The one thing I like is learning just tidbit facts about the girls. And Mackenzie loves to listen to Disney music. Who knew? I'm not getting a response from that. Now, there are some girls that like Justin Bieber, and I have to say I am a Justin Bieber fan. I have Bieber fever. So do you, Monica, right?
Yeah, and he just came out with a new album, so that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, we're
I'm not
so
gonna lie about that. So I bet you half of the girls probably have this album already.
I do.
I haven't sampled that one yet. We've got a 2-2 count still on the board. If that foul ball for Mackenzie Kirpeck.
Yeah.
Mackenzie stepping back in, taking pitches here from Erica Romero. Great to see Miners Gold and Texas Impact Gold on the ball field today. We'll have a triple header today on CBS Sports Network. Our next game will feature Wichita Mustangs taking on Worth Firecrackers. So the winner of our current game that you're watching right now will play tomorrow on CBS Sports Network at 5:30 p.m. Mountain Time, 7:30 Eastern, against the winner of Wichita Mustangs and Worth Firecrackers. Here's a ball lofted and blooped into left field, falling for a single.
You know, she stuck with the game plan there, still jamming her right on the inside corner, just barely falls in.
That was way in, too.
Yeah.
She hit the spot.
It's a good job by just trying to get your bat head through the zone as quick as you can.
Well, and as a hitter, you really want to try and make that adjustment. When they've thrown 2 or 3 pitches inside to you, you want to scoot off the plate and try to make an adjustment. And I think that once they've gone through the lineup once, they need to learn from each other and make those adjustments.
Aaron Shireman, the DP, batting number 5 for Impact Gold, is now in. So 2 hits in the bottom of the first for Texas Impact Gold, 1 hit in the top of the first for Miners Gold. Well, they're getting the ball in play. Hasn't been a strikeout fest to kick things off. This ball is hit foul down the left field side.
You know, even in the college game right now, we're seeing the offensive players in the game of softball right now really taking over. You know, it's not rare that we see a lot of home runs in softball games these days.
At 59 miles per hour on that last pitch. We've got a radar gun tracking things for us. We'll keep an eye on some speeds too, not just necessarily for the blazing, eye-popping speeds, but the speed changes that we see today.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot more change-ups, and obviously that's a pitch. It's a great equalizer. You know, being able to hit your spots with something fast and then kind of keep them off balance with something slow.
Speaking of which, we queued it up perfectly, Monica. That was 47, so taking 12 miles per hour off between pitches, and you saw where the foul ball went. It about went in the third base dugout.
Right, exactly, and that's exactly what you want from your changeup. You usually want it about 10 to 15 miles per hour slower than your fastest pitch, depending on how fast your fast pitch is.
And you threw over 70, so it was probably difficult to get the movement. So the rise and the curve seem to be your best pitches. Am I correct?
Yeah, I'm more of a rise ball, curveball pitcher.
That ball was sailed to right field and hauled in for the third out, but not before this damage was done off the bat of Reagan Bunker. Bottom of the first, she goes deep to right center field, and Texas Impact Gold leads 1-0 on CBS Sports Network. Welcome back to Aurora, Colorado. Triple Crown Fireworks 18 and under Power Pool semifinal game taking place right now. Want to win 2 free hotel nights? Well, here's your chance. You can win with Wingate by emailing Mallory@triplecrownsports.com. Just email with the subject line "Win with Wingate" for your chance to win. Thanks to Wingate by Wyndham for their support.